You gotta remember, they planted this concept of Agenda 30 on purpose because they wanted to give you time to find out about it. It's exoteric. There's nothing hidden about Agenda 2030. There's nothing hidden about what the World Economic Forum has in store for us. There's nothing hidden about any of this stuff, actually. What they want is for you to learn about it, and then they are simply just looking at you like an experiment of how you will respond to this knowledge. And if you're somebody who accepts this new knowledge and then utilizes it to become more in servitude to your purpose, then you're passing this test. But the masses aren't even, they're so far removed from this. They're literally just going along. But now for the conscious beings that find out about these truths like Agenda 2030 or chemtrails or whatever happened with C-19 or vaccines or whatever you learned about, and then you start to become a bitter person and you start to label the world as sheep, and you're the chosen one now because you learned about germ theory. You see like how well that strokes the ego? And we end up with no progress in either direction because most people feel more comfortable when they're feeding ego. And the most uncomfortable thing is to actually slow yourself down and say, where do I fit in this? Where does my path fit in all of this? And that could be difficult sometimes because we've been essentially indoctrinated with a path laid out in front of us. They say go to school, then you go to upper education, then you get the job with your degree, then you get the wife and the dog and the house with the picket fence, and you mow your lawn on Sundays and get grocery on Saturdays, and then you fucking die. That's basically it, right? Now, what the conscious being who lives in fear does is they wake up in the morning and they find something to be angry about. It just happens to be something that's a little bit more, not so mainstream. I think what we're trying to do here is we're trying to realize whenever we acted like that, because none of us are perfect and we've all been through it, including myself. And then we're trying to feel out how much we were being controlled by that own fear, that self-induced fear. Playing the victim within a victim within a victim like a big Russian doll, blaming every step of the way. But I get asked so often on my thoughts of like some year, like what do you feel would happen by 2030, or what do you feel would happen by 2040? And you know what I urge people to consider if you have questions like this is think about what you will do. What will you do by 2030? And better yet, what will you do by the end of this year? Or what will you do by the end of this week? Like, where are you at in all of this? Because I see us decoders across the board getting like, given this microphone of what will come next. And I don't want to be that. I really don't. I want to give the microphone back to you and be like, what are you going to do? What will you do? That's really where the utility is.